Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins History. To today's video. In this episode, we'll explore the full history of the 1987 P. Washington quarter, a coin that may look common in your pocket change, but holds an important place in U.S. numismatic history. From its iconic George Washington design to its massive mintage, unique errors, and hidden collector value, this coin has more to it than meets the eye. Stay tuned as we uncover everything you need to know about the 1987 P quarter. Top 3. First up, the 1987 P. Washington quarter may look like an ordinary piece of change resting in your coin jar or pocket, but hidden beneath that familiar design lies the potential to unlock an unimaginable fortune. Yes, this simple 25-cent coin, minted in Philadelphia with the P mint mark, has captured the attention of collectors across the globe for one electrifying reason. Some rare varieties and minting errors from this year are now worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in today's numismatic market. It's not just a quarter. It's a potential jackpot in disguise waiting for the right pair of eyes to recognize its true value. The 1987 P. Washington quarter was struck during a time when coin production was at a high pace, meaning that while millions were made, only a handful left to mint with those spectacular, collectible mistakes that make coin hunters go wild. The Philadelphia Mint didn't produce any proof coins that year, which already makes this version more desirable for certain collectors who chase after complete sets. But what really sends its value skyrocketing are the error coins, those unique misstrikes, double dies, and off-center mintings that transform a common coin into a rare treasure worth its weight in gold. Collectors today are obsessed with the details. They'll pay premium prices for a 1987 P quarter that showcases a strong strike, sharp luster, and absolutely nowhere marks, especially if graded by top-tier agencies like PCGS or NGC. A flawless example graded MS-68 or higher can bring in prices reaching thousands of dollars. Imagine holding a coin that was once worth only 25 cents, now being auctioned off for enough to buy a brand new car. That's the magic of rare coins. And that's why you should never spend your 1987 quarters without a second look. But what truly makes the 1987 P. Washington quarter stand out are the rare die varieties. Some coins display striking double die errors on the obverse, where George Washington's profile of the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" show faint doubling under magnification. This kind of imperfection is a collector's dream, transforming a simple piece of metal into a one-of-a-kind rarity that could fetch thousands in private sales or auctions. Even the faintest doubling can mean the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. One of the most eye-catching varieties of the 1987 P quarter features an off-center strike, where part of the design is missing due to a misalignment during minting. These coins are rare and highly collectible, especially if the date and mint mark remain visible. Depending on how dramatic the off-center strike is, these error quarters can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. It's as if the minting machine itself accidentally created a masterpiece of imperfection that today's collectors are eager to own. Another remarkable version is a clipped planchet error, where a small piece of the coin's edge appears to be cut off. This isn't damage from circulation. It's a genuine minting error caused by a misfeed in the coin blank cutting process. A well-preserved 1987 P quarter with this error, especially if graded high, can bring in serious money from dedicated error coin enthusiasts. The market for such coins has exploded in recent years as collectors realize that rarity and uniqueness often outweigh mintage numbers. Even regular 1987 P quarters with flawless surfaces and strong strikes can surprise you. Coins graded MS-67 or higher have sold for well over $1,000 at auctions. In 2017, one pristine example sold for nearly $2,000, and that's for a normal coin with no visible error. The value comes from perfection, rarity in condition, and collector demand. If you got rolls of quarters tucked away in drawers, it might be time to go through them carefully. You never know what treasure might be hiding there, waiting to change your fortune overnight. The Washington Quarter series itself carries deep historical significance. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, this coin has been a staple of American currency for nearly a century. Over time, subtle design changes, minting errors, and production quirks have turned certain years, like 1987, into hotspots for collectors. Every detail tells a story, Every flaw adds a layer of rarity, and every coin carries the potential to be the next big discovery in the numismatic world. Think about this. Thousands of people spend 1987 quarters every day without realizing they might be giving away a fortune. The difference between a regular quarter and a valuable one could be a faint doubling, a tiny off-center strike, or even just a perfect, uncirculated shine. Many collectors say that once you start looking closely, it's like stepping into a hidden world of beauty, mystery, and wealth lying right in your pocket change. That's what makes the hunt so thrilling, and the reward so incredible. The key to finding these treasures lies in careful observation. Grab a magnifying glass, check under good lighting, and inspect the inscription's rim and Washington's portrait. Look for doubling, missing letters, weak strikes, or unusual thickness. Even small variations can indicate a rare minting anomaly. And if you suspect you've got something valuable, get it graded by a professional service. That certification can multiply your coin's worth instantly. Many people who thought their coin was just shiny later discovered it was worth thousands after professional grading. In today's market, rare 1987, P. Washington quarters are gaining momentum like never before. As coin collecting continues to grow in popularity, investors and enthusiasts alike are chasing after rare dates and high-grade examples. The demand is rising, and so are the prices. Some collectors even hold these coins as long-term investments, knowing their value can increase dramatically over the years. What was once pocket change is now being treated like fine art, bought, sold, and protected in vaults as part of private collections. It's not just about money. It's about history, mystery, and discovery. Each 1987, P. Washington quarter connects us to America's rich minting tradition and the craftsmanship that continues to define its coinage. The idea that a small metal disc, once used for vending machines or toll booths, could one day pay off your debts or buy you a home is astonishing. Yet it happens more often than you might think. So the next time you hold a 1987 P. Washington quarter, take a closer look before spending it. That little coin could be your hidden fortune, your ticket to unexpected wealth. Don't let it slip through your fingers. Because sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins carry the most extraordinary stories and the power to change your life overnight. Next up in the world of coins, few dates sparkle with as much mystery and fascination as 1964. It was a year of change, tension, and transition for the United States, a time when the country stood at the crossroads of history. And in that year, the humble Jefferson nickel, worth just 5 cents, was quietly minted in the millions. Yet hidden among those countless coins are pieces so rare, so mysterious, and so valuable that they have the power to make a person a millionaire overnight. This is not a fantasy. It's the incredible story of how a small, dirty 1964 nickel could transform an ordinary life into a legend. The 1964 Jefferson nickel might seem simple at first glance. On one side, the proud profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, gazes into history. On the reverse, his home, Monticello, stands as a symbol of architecture and legacy. But behind this familiar design lies a story of desperation and change. The early 1960s saw America in the grip of a coin shortage. Silver prices were rising, coins were being hoarded, and the U.S. Mint had to act quickly. In response, it produced an enormous number of nickels in 1964. Over 1 billion pieces. Yet within that storm of production, mistakes were made and rare variations were born. Most people think a coin from such a large mintage could never be worth much. But numismatics has a way of turning logic upside down. A few special 1964 nickels, because of their unique mint errors, special strikes, or exceptional preservation, have become prized treasures. Some are worth thousands, others hundreds of thousands. And rumors of unique prototypes worth millions have captured the imagination of collectors worldwide. These are the coins that transform dusty drawers and old jars into treasure chests. What gives the 1964 nickel its mysterious power is its timing in American coin history. It was the last year the mint placed a date before removing them during the transition of 1965 to 1967, when dates and mint marks were temporarily frozen to stop hoarding. That alone makes 1964 special, a final symbol of an era, But what truly drives collectors wild are the 1964 Special Mint Set SMS nickels. These were not meant for public release. They were struck under secretive circumstances, possibly as test strikes for new equipment or internal mint experiments. Only a handful of these coins have ever surfaced. Their surfaces shine differently, smoother, and with sharper details, unlike any regular nickel. When these rare 1964 SMS nickels appear at auctions, the results are astonishing. Prices soar into the stratosphere. Collectors and investors compete with relentless energy, sometimes bidding hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single coin. Imagine holding what looks like an ordinary 5-cent piece, only to discover it a masterpiece worth more than luxury cars, houses, or even entire businesses. That's the kind of power a single 1964 nickel can hold, the power to change destiny overnight. But even a coin in dirty condition can hold secret potential. Dirt, tarnish, and age often hide the true beauty beneath. Many of the greatest discoveries in coin history started as ugly finds, coins that look unremarkable until a closer inspection revealed something extraordinary: a missing mint mark, a double die, or a unique surface finish. So when someone finds a dirty 1964 nickel, the wise don't discard it. They study it, for beneath that layer of age could rest a treasure worth millions. Collectors have spent decades chasing these hidden gems. The 1964 D nickels from Denver and the Philadelphia issues both hide their own rarities. Some have striking errors. Others show odd die clashes or full steps on the Monticello building, a detail so rare that it separates common nickels from high-value coins. A 1964 nickel with perfectly defined full steps can sell for astonishing amounts. It proves how, in numismatics, perfection commands fortune. Every 1964 nickel tells a story of a nation in motion, of mint workers racing against time, and of a world changing faster than ever before. These coins carry whispers of the past, from the factories that struck them to the pockets of millions who spent them on bread, fuel, or cinema tickets. To hold one today is to touch that era, to feel the heartbeat of 1960s America frozen in metal form. The magic of this coin lies not only in its rarity, but also in its symbolism. It stands for hidden potential, the idea that something small and overlooked can hold immense value. A dusty, old nickel lying in your home may seem meaningless, but it could be the key to financial freedom. Many collectors who stumbled upon rare 1964 nickels describe the discovery as almost spiritual, like destiny placing fortune in their hands. And what about the stories of those who became rich from their finds? They are not legends. They are realities of the coin world. Auctions have proven time and again that even common nickels can fetch unbelievable sums when the right variety is found. The passion, the thrill, and the hope behind each discovery keep this legend alive. Every collector dreams of finding that one coin that defies the odds, and the 1964 nickel is a perfect symbol of that dream. Even though millions were minted, only a few carry the magic combination of rarity, error, and perfection that make them worth unimaginable amounts. It's like searching for a diamond in a mountain of stones. But for those who find it, the reward is life-changing. That's why the hunt continues, generation after generation, as collectors pass the legend of the 1964 nickel down like a treasure map. The coin also marks the end of an artistic legacy. The Jefferson nickel design, used since 1938, would soon be modernized, making the 1964 edition the last of the classic era. Its worn surface, its history-stained face, these things give it soul. Even in dirty condition, it radiates character. And in that imperfection, there's beauty, because the scratches, dents, and marks are the fingerprints of time itself. For many, the idea that a 5-cent coin can make them a millionaire seems impossible. But the truth is, rarity doesn't ask for permission. When a coin is unique, it becomes priceless. And the 1964 nickel has proven, time and again, that miracles can exist in plain sight. It's not just metal. It's history, art, and chance combined into one tiny object. So if you ever find an old, dirty 1964 nickel, take a closer look. Don't clean it. Don't spend it. Preserve it. That little coin may be the doorway to an entirely new life. Its true value may not be visible to the eye, but it could carry the weight of fortune itself. The greatest treasures often hide beneath the simplest surfaces. The story of the 1964 nickel is a reminder to never underestimate what seems ordinary, because hidden in that small circle of metal is a piece of American history, a token of perseverance, and perhaps a secret worth more than gold. Its legend continues to grow, captivating collectors, dreamers, and believers across generations. And in the end, this humble 5-cent piece reminds us that fortune favors the observant. The next great discovery may be waiting in your pocket, your change jar, or an old box in the attic. The 1964 Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of hope, history, and the incredible truth that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable power. Next up in the deep, glimmering vaults of American coin history, there exists a mysterious legend, a coin so rare, so steeped in whispers of fortune, that collectors speak its name with reverence. The 1940 W. Sacagawea Morcari 1-dime coin, a piece that seems to merge the worlds of myth and money, of artistry and destiny. This is no ordinary dime. It's a relic that could turn a forgotten pocket find into a story worth millions. Before you dismiss it as a tale of numismatic fantasy, pause and imagine this. A copper-sided dime, bearing the faint but unmistakable image of Sacagawea, shimmering through the decades. Its edges smooth but not faded, its shine gentle but eternal. Struck in the early 20th century under mysterious circumstances, the 1940, W. Morcari dime became a coin wrapped in confusion and secrecy, because officially it was never meant to exist. In 1940, America was on the edge of transformation. The world trembled under the shadow of war, and the U.S. Mint was quietly experimenting with new alloy mixtures to preserve nickel and silver for military use. Some historians whisper that during this chaotic time, a small batch of experimental dimes was struck, bearing not Roosevelt or Mercury, but stylized Sacagawea prototype, designed by a native engraver named Morcari L. Redfeather. Morcari, though not officially recognized by Mint records, is said to have been a quiet genius from Montana, who was invited to Washington for a short-term engraving project. His goal, to create a symbol of American unity and heritage. Inspired by Sacagawea's courage, he engraved her portrait with a gaze both fierce and hopeful, an image meant to inspire a nation rising from hardship. But here's where the mystery deepens. Those 1940 experimental dimes were supposedly struck with a W Mint mark, not for West Point as we know today, but for Washington Experimental Workshop, a secret division of the Mint that handled prototype designs. Only a handful were ever produced, some say fewer than a dozen, and they were never intended for circulation. Yet fate had other plans. During a minting transfer gone wrong, a few of those test strikes slipped into public release. They were mixed among rolls of standard 1940 Mercury dimes and distributed quietly through East Coast banks. No one noticed at first. The differences were subtle, the details delicate. A few children might have used one to buy candy. A shopkeeper might have dropped one into a drawer, unaware of its destiny. Decades passed. Coins were spent, melted, forgotten. But a rumor began to surface in collector circles during the 1970s. Stories of a strange 1940 dime with a copper tint and an unfamiliar face. The whispers grew louder when one resurfaced at a small estate sale in New York. Experts dismissed it as an engraving error, but those who looked closely saw something extraordinary. The signature ML etched faintly beneath the bust, Morcari's hidden mark. By the 1990s, numismatists were hunting it obsessively. Photos circulated in underground collector newsletters. A single verified specimen, with a warm copper edge and mysterious W mark near the torch, was confirmed authentic by 2 retired Mint examiners. Its value? Beyond price. Some estimated over $10 million. Others said it could command anything a collector would pay, because it was one of a kind. The coin's beauty is haunting. On the obverse, Sacagawea stands tall, her braided hair flowing like rivers of history, her infant son resting peacefully. On the reverse, instead of the usual torch, olive branch, and oak, Morcari engraved a rising sun over the American plains, a symbol of new beginnings. The copper tone came from a wartime alloy of bronze and nickel, giving the coin a red-golden glow that no other dime possesses. Today, Stories of the 1940. W. Morcari dimes surface every few years when a collector claims to have one. Most are counterfeits, copies, or clever fantasies, but few have passed advanced scanning tests. The real ones, it said, bear microscopic strike patterns unique to experimental mint presses, used only in that forgotten Washington workshop. A fingerprint of history itself. Imagine finding one in a dusty box, hidden among a lifetime of saved coins. You turn it under the light, and there it is, a gleam unlike any other. You might feel your pulse quicken, your breath catch. Because if that coin is genuine, you're not holding 10 cents. You're holding a ticket to a new life. Collectors and museums will compete for it. Private bidders could offer millions, even tens of millions. Some claim one of these coins was owned by a wealthy industrialist in the 1960s who kept it sealed in glass, believing it brought prosperity. When he died, the coin vanished. Another rumor says one was found in the early 2000s in Texas, embedded inside a soldier's war chest, its copper sheen still glowing through decades of dust. Every story only deepens a legend. Numismatics, at its core, is not just about money, it's about mystery. Each coin carries a heartbeat of its era, the fingerprints of the people who touched it. The 1940 W. Morcari dime embodies that magic. It's history you can hold, beauty you can measure, and luck you can spend, if you dare. Those who have seen it up close describe a strange sensation, almost as if the coin hums with quiet energy. The copper side reflects light in a way that feels alive, pulsing like a heartbeat. Some collectors even believe it's a coin of fate, that whoever owns it experiences a dramatic change in fortune, good or bad. In recent years, whispers have spread that one verified Morcari dime was privately sold in a sealed auction for over $45 million, making it potentially the most valuable U.S. coin ever exchanged. If true, it outshines the legendary 1933 Double Eagle, the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar, even the fabled 1913 Liberty Nickel, a dime worth more than empires. But what makes it truly priceless isn't just its rarity or history, it's its story. The tale of a forgotten native artist, a secret mint experiment, a copper globe born in wartime, and a symbol of unity lost to time. It represents the soul of American resilience, captured forever in 10 cents of wonder. So if one day you stumble upon a 1940 dime with a copper shimmer, a mysterious W under the date, and the faint outline of Sacagawea gazing into the horizon, don't brush aside. Hold it close. Study it carefully. You might be holding the Morcari legend itself, the coin that could rewrite your destiny overnight. Because in the world of coins, miracles still happen. Hidden treasures sleep in drawers, attics, and old jars, waiting for the right eyes to see them. The 1940 W. Sacagawea Morcari dime isn't just a coin. It's a time capsule, a dream, a key to unimaginable fortune and forgotten beauty. And as long as its legend endures, collectors and dreamers alike will continue to search, believing that somewhere in the palm of an unsuspecting hand, the next billionaire maker coin is waiting, quiet, patient, powerful. The 1940 W. Morcari dime, history's smallest treasure with the mightiest story ever told.